10 new things that we know about Gears of War E-Day. Alright, so this is crazy. We have actually gotten some new information. It's not anything groundbreaking, like I wish that we had a release date, but it's still some good information nonetheless. And just so you guys know, this is the Coalition's first time to basically release any new information in forever. I mean, look, their last time to actually make a tweet on June 9th, 2024. That was the last time they actually made like a mainstream post about this game. We really haven't gotten just like too much info at all. So this is kind of big, guys. Now what we're highlighting here, I'm going over the exclusive interview was done with Games Radar Plus. Now there's other websites here, Game Reactor and Restart. If you just Google some of the news sources, those are gonna be the main ones that come up. So this is an interview with creative director at the Coalition named Matt Searcy. So he's gonna be the brains and decision maker behind all the creative stuff between gameplay, maps, colors, single player, multiplayer, horde, everything. So number one, the story takes place in a single city known as Kelowna. Matt Searcy's quoted, "It was a massive worldwide event and we wanted players to feel the impact, so we decided to set this game in a single city." This city, the Kelowna district, is based on its importance to the COG because it's named after one of its allfathers, Roman Kelowna. Number two, this game is set over a small, finite number of consecutive days. He says here, "Our story is set over consecutive days so that players can become intimate with the city." So that means this is not going to be like taking place all over the world of Sarah. You're going to be locked in one city. You might be able to go underground or on the outskirts of the city or even above the city via aviation, but you are going to be in Kelowna during this game. You're not going to be traversing the world of Sarah or anything like that. Point number three, Matt Searcy continues, "We want them to feel the loss of what was here, the history, the people, and the lives they were living." So this means we're going to see violence amongst humans that are civilians. Locusts come from underground, and it's not like the COG are already ready to go next to mom and dad's house. It's going to be in your neighbor's backyard, or I guess back alley, because it's a city. Which brings us to number four. This game is going to be more arena or linear style compared to what they've done in the past recently. Like for example, Gears 5 was open world. It says here are more focused. So we're going to be actually getting back to what 1, 2, 3 and Judgment were doing with arena shooter aspects as well. So number five, this is our most ambitious game yet, entirely built from scratch in Unreal Engine 5. So that's good to hear. There are going to be some new stuff, but nothing that's going to like completely change what Gears of War was originally and is designed to be. The interesting thing is that for Gears 4 and Gears 5, they were straying away from the horror and gore aspect of it. The blood's just not as gory. There was just so much less blood and guts, and they added all of those beautiful colors, which is a nice thing in certain games. The franchise is going to be going back to the horror and dark aspects. Number six, Matt Searcy continues here, and he says, "Getting to go back to the tone and vibes of the original games, exploring the details of Emergence, and imagining what would happen to a city and the soldiers protecting it as monsters poured out from the ground was a great starting point to reintroduce the Locust in these characters." I think he's pretty fucking spot on here. Kelowna's a rich environment to tell a great story, and you're going to get to visit downtown city streets, historical landmarks, military installments, industrial emulsion refineries, and even forested outskirts. This is amazing news because I just don't think of playing in a forest or like the woods when I think of play Gears of War. Doing that like on the outside of a city, I live in Brooklyn, so like we do have some little forest and woods there. It's so crazy to think about like how a war against the Locust would go in a little forest that's right outside of a city. Which turns us to point number 8. E-Day is going to look beyond the terror beset on Tyrus to document the budding bromance of Sergeant Marcus Phoenix and Corporal Dominique Santiago. He says here, "We think it has the potential to be one of the best stories in the Gears franchise and certainly the most heart and emotion when you're looking at Marcus and Dom and the origin of their brotherhood." So this is going to be really cool. There's going to be some stuff like you could see how they become bros. Like they already knew each other before this game began, but seeing them fight the Locust together for the first time is going to be something special. Which turns us to point number 9. Matt Searcy continues here and he says, "As a battlefield, the game just plays great in the city. It's the best gameplay playground for an intense cover-based shooter like Gears. So by him saying that means he thinks that he's going to be making the best third-person shooter on the market, which I think it has the potential to do. Gears 4 and 5, they did okay, but Gears 1, 2, and 3, I mean, those were the third-person shooters back in the day, and now it has to compete with recent successes. Space Marine 2, that was multi-platform, and then also it's going to have to compete with Helldivers 2, which was released February of 2024 for PS5 and PC, and then it still had another release in August of 2025 for Xbox. So Xbox exclusive players have really gotten into that game recently. A lot of my friends who play third-person shooters exclusively on Xbox have played that. It's just extremely popular. The fact that Matt Searcy says this means he's pretty confident that they're going to be creating a badass third-person shooter. And then lastly, point number 10, this game is still going to be released in 2026. My speculation is that he would have said if they were going to delay it more, but they've been working on this game for over 5 years now. Now what we're wondering is this game going to come out in the middle of the year, or is it going to come out in November of 2026, which is going to be exactly 20 years after Gears of War 1 came out? And another question is, will it be released only on Xbox and PC, or are they going to add PS5 players like they did with Gears of War Reloaded? Only time will tell, but those are the 10 points about the new Gears of War news that we just received here. I'm going to link the article down here in the description so you can click it to read it yourself. It goes into a little bit more detail, but I did hit on all the major points. And thank you so much for watching the video. My name is Rorschach. Please be sure to leave a like if y'all enjoyed, and I will see you guys later.